Hello, Captain Angelo here, and this is day 22 of the Captain of My Soul Challenge. For over 3 weeks now, we have been tweaking our mindset and skill set and also gradually raising our energy in order to prepare ourselves for the mega event that is coming up in less than an hour. Own Your Future Challenge is starting in less than an hour. So why are we here? We are here to do a quick and powerful warm-up. We're here to prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally for what is coming up. Remember, if you're not ready, you cannot receive. This is the difference maker, and this is why we want to make the next few minutes as impactful and as precise as possible. So, step number one, this is the very first step when you want to achieve something big. Imagine all these NFL and NBA players and, for us in Europe, the soccer players, everyone who is in peak performance mode. They start with a warm-up. I remember when I was playing by high school basketball, I never ever got why we are doing this warm-up and why we are delaying playing, with the ball. And the difference is that none of my coaches, of course, I was playing in peak performance, and this is the difference maker. None of my coaches made the distinction and actually took some of his time to explain to me and to others why it is so important. So, you only need to improve two things. This is as simple as it gets. Number one, to get more mental clarity. Wherever you are mentally, you need to hone in and get more mental clarity where it is that you're going. And number two, elevate your emotions. So you want to get clearer and clearer where you're going. And number two, you want to raise the energy, to rev up the energy so that you can get there faster and easier. So let's say right now we have an amazing test for you. I will give you $1 million if you can pinpoint in 1 second time the dark orange box, which is your financial destination. I'm almost certain that it's virtually impossible to do so, but you know what? If I do something like that, now you know exactly where it is. And what about this? What if this was your life? What if your financial destination was so clear to you and everything else was taken away from your vision, from your senses, and you feel you have an immense mental clarity, and you're so focused on what you want to achieve that solutions and ideas and people and resources come to you like a magnet, because you know exactly, you always, all day long, you only have one frequency, that of your financial destination. So invest all your time and all your energy, your most valuable resources, to only to what deserves to be a part of your life. Keep that in mind. Right now, some of you, maybe, I don't know, maybe you are watching me while texting, while refreshing, if Tony is live yet or not, so on. But is this serving you? No. The only way to get the most out of life is to be focused on one thing every single time. You can move between things during the day, but only be focused on one thing during the day. And right now, we are here for a warm-up, and then we will move on stage with Tony, Dean, and the others. But right now, let's focus on that. Remember yesterday, I told you about Russell Brunson and how he loves putting everything into frameworks. So we need a framework right now for our warm-up, right? And the question is for you to raise your level mentally and emotionally so that you can actually see and feel that you can achieve your financial destination. What you need to do is to compare yourself with an air balloon. So how does the air balloon, or your finances better? Compare your finances with the air balloon. So how does the balloon go higher and higher? You rev up the energy, okay? More heat. And number two, you throw away the ballast. You throw away everything that you do not need. And for those of you who are following me from Greek community, you know that for years now I have been talking about, the baggage check that you do at the airport. You don't want to be overweight. You only want to travel from here to your financial destination with the least things possible in your mind. Start with a blank sheet if you have to, and move forward only towards your financial destination. Forget about what happened in the past. Forget about the naysayers and everything else that does not serve you in your life. So this is the 5-step warm-up blueprint so that you can make the most from the next 5 days of the Own Your Future challenge. And before we begin, I want to ask you most probably the most important question of all, and one question that you want to ask yourself many times over during the day and many times over during the challenge. So, right now, what you see is the emotional scale presented by David Hawkins that goes from 1 to 1,000. But as Tony will tell you, like in an hour or so, okay, complexity is the enemy of execution. So let's make things simpler for us right now. You can create a simpler emotional scale from 1 to 10. And what 10 is, it's not like enlightenment and higher levels of consciousness. For me right now, for our conversation, number 10 means I am happy right now. I am happy and move unstoppable towards my vision, towards my financial destination, or whatever your goal is. This is number 10. Number 1 is the worst, crappiest ever situation you've had in your life or you can imagine. And you can put yourself intuitively, you do like a gut check where I am right now. And let's say you are average, you're number 5. And let's start with that. Let's start our journey with that. Of course, you want to choose your own number, what you feel is right for you right now. So, step number 1. What is your current financial state? And most importantly, how does that make you feel? So, imagine that your financial state is an object, okay? And put that object within your hands, or feel yourself actually doing what you see in that image, feel yourself holding from one point, and try to keep yourself there and survive. And so put your financial state between your hands and hold your financial state. How does it make you feel? And now, think that you're holding the state for 10 whole years more. How does that feel? What happens when you hold something, even the most painful emotion, even the most painful circumstance, for 10 years? Within a year or so, you will be used to it. And then it will be, like any other day. Can you imagine, can you comprehend what that can do to your financial state and to your happiness? So basically, what I'm telling you right now is that if you were a 5, now you're definitely a 4 or a 3. Angelo, what you're doing to me right now, I'm going in the wrong direction. I'm not feeling any better, from where we started the webinar. So let's talk about improving that situation. Who's to blame for this? Step number 2. Maybe it's COVID, like coronavirus, and I lost my job because of coronavirus. Or maybe it's my my ex-wife. She made me feel so bad that I lost my job. Or maybe it's my boss, who was my boss, right? Or maybe it's the customers who didn't understand me, and everyone got away, and I lost my business, and so on. So who's to blame? Who is responsible for that situation, for your current financial situation? And you know what? Right now, as you feel all these people in your mind, you feel worse and worse. but it's time to forgive. You know why? Because actually, it doesn't matter who's to blame. This was like a trick question. It doesn't matter. All that matters is who is going to assume responsibility for your financial situation. And as Dean Graziosi will tell you in an hour or so, if you don't own your financial future, somebody else will. Even your crappy mindset, if that is the case right now. But you know what? This was my crappy mindset like 10 years ago or 12 years ago. And then I decided, you know what? It's not worth it. Because what the matter with forgiveness is that you do not forgive someone or something necessarily because they deserve it, but because you want to strip yourself away from that bitter emotion. You want to throw away the ballast, as I said before. This is the only thing that matters to you right now, because you want to elevate yourself emotionally, because from a higher emotional state, you're also on a higher state of consciousness and on a higher state of achievement. And now your financial goal, your financial destination becomes much more accessible to you. So what you want to do right now, because you promised, even mentally, that you will play 100%, and that includes our warm-up right now, right? Yes, great. So what you want to do right now, you can do it with your eyes open or your eyes closed, and I'm not going to do that because it's my microphone right here, but what you want to do is to put your hands on your heart and actually feel what I'm about to tell you, and that is, I forgive sincerely, completely, and irrevocably. And then everything that came to your mind on the previous question. So everyone who you thought was to blame for your financial situation, you forgive them sincerely, completely, and irrevocably. And you repeat that like 3 to 5 times until you feel some peace inside you. I forgive you. I forgive you all, sincerely, completely, and irrevocably. How do you feel now? Do you feel lighter? Are you 6 or a 7 already? Just a few minutes time it took you to elevate your emotions. And this, maybe for you, maybe this was your first attempt. Can you imagine practicing this exercise on a daily basis until you feel you have no one else to forgive, like I sometimes feel, like most of the times? Even if something comes up, like I love this, I heard it from Bob Proctor. He says, I don't have, like bad days anymore. I may have like bad hours or bad minutes, and that's it. I do not allow myself to have bad days. I do the work and I elevate my emotions again, because this is what matters in life. Your destination is 1 second, one heartbeat. Whatever it is that you want to achieve, that your life is the journey and you want to make it as delicious as possible, right? Great. So next, gratitude. You cannot start with gratitude. If you were in the beginning of the webinar, like from apathy or anger, you cannot go to gratitude. You will say, like, Angelo, screw you, I'm turning off the video, I'm going someplace else. And that's about it. And it's okay. It's okay, because you want to understand that all you need to do is to elevate yourself. Go up the emotional ladder. And that's fine, because it took us only a few minutes time. And that's okay. You definitely have a few minutes time every single day for your happiness and your success. Okay, great. So now what we want to do is what we call a rampage of gratitude. Okay, we don't have a lot of time. We want to invest as few time as possible for warm up and leave everything else to Tony, Dean, and everyone else, right? So What we want to do now is to feel as many things, and I will give you some suggestions, but you think your own, and create a rampage of gratitude in your mind. For example, I'm grateful for you right now. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this webinar. And maybe I would have more time, to sleep or rest or go outside and play. But if I didn't have this webinar, I wouldn't have the opportunity to grow. So I am also grateful for simple things that you usually neglect, like oxygen. If it wasn't for oxygen right now, I wouldn't be alive and talking to you. I'm grateful for technology. We are thousands of miles away, most probably. I am in Greece, and most probably you're in the US. But even so, we can communicate amazingly well because of technology. And I am grateful for all my mentors. I'm grateful for all presenters and everyone who put in place the Own Your Future Challenge that is coming up in just a few minutes' time. I am grateful for all the people who committed to Own Your Future Challenge, because the more we are, the higher we elevate our collective energy and our collective consciousness, because we gather up like-minded people with one purpose alone, to elevate our financial state. And before we do that, we know we need to elevate our mental and our emotional states. So, how do you feel now? Maybe if you were a 7 or an 8, you're a 9 by now. You're getting fired up. But this was just step 4. We have one more step. This is what I call happy landing. So what you do now is, again, if that is no problem for you, no trouble, like you're driving or doing something that is in harm for you, close your eyes. What I want you to do right now is to close your eyes and feel yourself at your financial destination. This number that is in your vision board for so long now is your new reality. How do you feel now? How do you feel now that you are financially free? How do you feel now that your dream lifestyle is your lifestyle? How do you feel right now that your business has all the cash flow it needs to grow and become amazing and contribute so much more than before? How do you feel now that you can give away to the causes that you truly believe in, and it is no bother to you doing so? Actually, you love doing it. How do you feel now that everything that once you were thinking when you were doing this warm-up webinar with Angelo are now a reality? Wonderful. So, by now, if you played 100%, I guarantee you you're a 10. I guarantee you are all fired up. I guarantee you you're all set to receive what needs to be received for you to take your financial state to the next level, for you to own your financial future. And that was it. And also, let me give you quickly a 10-point success checklist for you to make the most of the webinar. Number 1, set your intentions. What you want to happen by the end of this amazing training, this 5-day training. What you want to have happened by the end of Own Your Future Challenge. Number 2, make a contract with yourself that this is my new beginning. This is it. Number 3, clear your schedule. You've done it already today, but from tomorrow, clear your schedule at least 30 minutes before and prepare yourself again. I highly recommend that you watch this warm-up every single day before the Own Your Future Challenge, because this will help you elevate your mindset and your emotions and make your mind ripe for what you will receive that day. Next, protect your focus. You only need a couple of hours every day for 5 days, and that's it. You can protect your focus. You can ask your family, your colleagues, whoever, to be supportive of what you're doing. Number 5, come with an open mind. Be ready to receive. This is why we did this warm-up anyway. But in case some of your peers who also attend this on your future challenge are not ready, you will see the difference. They might tell you, like I wasn't inspired enough, or it wasn't good enough. What? It wasn't good enough. People, billionaires will be talking, people that have been doing this for many decades, like Tony Robbins will be talking, and you were not inspired? How is that possible? Next, have your notepad and pen ready. Remember, every note that you make, you engrave this into your subconscious mind, and it is much easier for you to make it a habit. Then stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. Help your mind stay focused and be clear. Water helps your mind be more focused, be clearer. Next, convert your best insights into action immediately and create momentum. Next, commit to change. And also, you can become accountable to someone and actually post something on your future Facebook group or any place else you want. Post something that makes you accountable to a change that you feel uncomfortable with. You cannot imagine how uncomfortable it is for me, what I'm doing right now, right? But I'm doing it for you. I forgot about Angelo for like half an hour, and all I think is you right now. How can I deliver the most value possible? And last but not least, enjoy. It's your life we're talking about. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy on your future challenge. Yes, you will learn. Yes, you will earn if you apply, but also enjoy the process. Finally, I want to remind you, this is your last call for my VIP bonus, for my 6-month digital growth mastermind. I will be helping you apply everything that you learn from On Your Future Challenge from June till November. For 6 months, you will be working. I will be sitting by you, actually, right? Digitally, not actually. I will be sitting by you and helping you achieve your next financial state. Number 2, a 60-minute VIP call, and I hope there is more room for you right now. As I'm doing this, there were only 2 spots before I started filming this. And last but not least, a 30-minute belief buster coaching call where we'll use the same process that Tony used to break my beliefs just a few weeks ago. I will work with you with the same process and help you break all the limiting beliefs that are associated with your next financial goal. So that's it. We are ready. In just a few minutes' time, On Your Future Challenge begins. This is it. The time is now. Remember, take notes, take action, and take charge of your financial future. These are the 3 simple steps. If we hone everything into 3 steps, that's it. Take notes, take action, and take charge of your financial future. So we'll see you tomorrow with the review of day 1. And this is what we will be doing the forthcoming days. Remember, this time is your time. This is about you now. It's not about Tony or Dean. It's not about me. This is about you and owning your financial future. Have a great time, learn a lot, and put everything into action immediately and elevate your financial future. See you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.